really good and so much better than in the mainland, as we know. The mainland sucks. Anyway.
Taiwan #1.我是沙白，欢迎回到我们的频道。如果是新朋友的话，欢迎来订阅一下咯。谢谢。那今天的这支影片我会拍的原因，是因为很多朋友都记得我去年在美国的时候，我有去一个火锅店上班，然后他们都不知道什么是火锅，然后他们也从来没有体验过，然后很多人对这个蛮好奇。我就想说，如果可以拍成一支影片分享给大家看，我们的文化差异啊，或者是我们了解火锅的过程，应该蛮有趣的吧？那我今天拍的这支影片要特别感谢我们的干爹 Surfshark VPN。Surfshark VPN 是一个虚拟的私人网络 （Virtual Private Network）。当你连线上网的时候 ，VPN 就像一个防护罩一样，会将你所有的资讯全部都隐藏保密，看不到喽。有心人士无法看到你的 IP 位置，也无法偷取你的个人资料。另外 ，Surfshark 坚持5日制的原则，保护你个人资料的同时 ，Surfshark 也不会收集你个人的数据。更方便的是，你只要办一个订阅账号，你就可以在无线的装置登录，超厉害的吧？那你可以跟你的家人朋友一起分享使用，并享受用安全的网络。有兴趣的大家可以点资讯栏的连结，然后使用我的折扣码台白粉520，可以享受17折的优惠，还有3个月的免费使用期，还有30天退费保证，可以去看看咯。Let's get started with today's video. Have you guys ever tried Hotpot?
Nope. I had it 3 years ago in Taiwan.
Oh, in Taiwan?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Well, it was in China because I lived there for a couple of years, and it was disgusting and gross because it's the mainland, and they don't do Hotpot good. It's very like unhygienic. Like it's just they kind of just cook everything all the same thing, and then when you leave, they take that like pot of oil and just kind of dump it into a communal pot that everyone uses. I've watched them do that with rice before too at restaurants.
No, you've never had Hotpot.
No.
Okay, so what are you thinking? What are you expecting?
She kind of like told me, but I probably have this wrong.
Okay.
It's gonna be like raw meat.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have the boiling whatever here, and then we're gonna cook the meat.
Yeah.
And then eat it.
So, what are you guys thinking about getting today?
I don't know. You brought me here and told me that you were gonna give me free food, and that was my payment, and now I don't know.
Emily is just here for the giggles because she's had Hotpot 1,005 times. Cooper has never had Hotpot. He's been to eat Hotpot before, but he always gets the beef noodles, right?
I always get the spicy Taiwanese beef noodle soup.
Yeah. Okay, Emily, how did you feel when you had Hotpot for the first time?
I was scared.
Why?
Because like it always smelled like seafood in Hotpot restaurants, and I don't eat seafood. But then like the first time I ate it, we did it in Taiwan with like the raw egg. And you like dip, yeah, and you like dip the. I know that's not Taiwanese Hotpot. Don't come for me. But I ate it in Taiwan and it was delicious. And that was my first impression. It made me more willing to like be adventurous with Hotpot.
Okay, so what are you guys looking at the menu?
Okay.
I can recommend anything. The popcorn chicken is phenomenal.
Oh,
my favorite is the curry Hotpot, and it tastes like Thai curry.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And then the seafood Hotpot, incredible. But I would get, if you like spicy, get the seafood ingredients with the hot and spicy broth. Okay.
You choose for me, because I have no knowledge, and you would know.
So sweet.
You know, I don't want to die.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you guys get?
I got the seafood, and then I got the Taiwanese sausage, which I know.
I got the miso with the ribeye, and then I'm gonna sample his appetizers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the popcorn chicken.
I got the hot and spicy with the seafood, then add on a pork intestine and Chinese fried rice.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so what are you getting today, Emily?
I'm gonna get the Korean kimchi Hotpot, probably beef.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna add a whole bunch of vegetables in here.
Okay. I'm going to be having the curry Hotpot with chicken. I'll probably get extra chicken.
What's the difference between the hot and spicy and the house?
House is very light, and this is very spicy.
What about Chinese,
Barbecue sauce?
Western Taiwanese, barbecue, sauce Hotpot?
You know those videos that Jimmy Kimmel does where he's like, oh, these Americans are so stupid, ha 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 ha.
Is that? I think I'm gonna do seafood Hotpot with added beef.
Okay guys, what's in your sauce?
Okay, so obviously you gotta start with a good base. I chose soy sauce, and then I went in for some green onions.
Okay.
And then I went in for some cilantro and
Right.
some garlic.
That's exactly what I have.
Wait, really?
Yes, twins.
Twins! It's because we know how to eat well.
True Taiwanese right here. 如果你是台湾人，你现在下方留言告诉我你的酱油怎么做。
I started with soy sauce. And then I put cilantro and salsa, scallions, which I think is
Green onion.
green onions.
I'm gonna let him have this sauce because he needs to know what true Taiwanese actually.
Mine literally looks just like that.
No, it doesn't. So
These
here
three
is
are the ones that move.
the popcorn chicken. You can test out your chopstick skills with this delicious chicken. It's fantastic. There you go.
Nope.
Okay, so what do I do with it now?
No, you eat it.
We eat
Oh, I
it.
don't have to dip it in anything?
That's good.
Okay.
This chicken's really good.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to say it in Mandarin? 咸酥鸡.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here is the sausage.
Oh, bless the Lord.
This is popcorn chicken.
What? That looks so good.
And here is the breadstick.
What?
Oh no, sorry.
That looks amazing.
also-
So you eat it with a piece
The garlic.
of garlic.
Okay.
Does it taste as good as you remember?
It was like so hot and good in the night market. So this is kind of more like cool. So it's different, but it has the same kind of sharpness to it.
Okay. So I'm really actually kind of surprised that you got the intestine.
He's daring though.
He is.
Yeah, I want to try it.
Okay.
Like the only thing I've ever found that I can't eat is liver.
Oh yeah, I don't like liver.
So everything else I've tried so far, I've been able to eat, but I think it's just the weird.
You know what I find really interesting? Of all the groups that we've brought here to try Taiwanese hot pot, every single person dips their fried chicken into the sauce. I mean, as a Taiwanese, you just eat it without sauce, but I think that's so funny how like culturally we just like gravitate towards sauce.
It's McDonald's
doesn't-
culture.
It kind of doesn't have flavor without the natural plum powder. Like,
What? Plum powder?
yeah, like they usually put the red powder on. That's plum powder.
I just think back to like eating it from a bag with a little stick, and then that for me is like that's all the flavor that I need.
Well, because for Americans, well, we usually eat chicken nuggets for dinner. So
Right.
when you're eating chicken nuggets, you always get the sauce.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sweet and sour all day.
Yeah.
So is it good with the sauce? How do you feel about this?
I think it needs the spicy.
I think that's what you're talking about.
That's
the
what-
red spicy. It's not plum sauce. It's the red spicy powder. You want to try your churros?
Yeah.
Try your churros with the sauce. Sweet condensed milk sauce.
It's a little too big to grab with chopsticks. That's the limitation of chopsticks. The Americans use forks. Much better implementation for eating.
Honestly, I like a lot of like Asian culture stuff, at least Americanized versions. I don't know how it is actually in Asia, but like so far, like she's introduced me to a lot of the stuff that's
Okay.
like just normal things that I never tried.
The first time I saw it was like we were walking through a mall, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, because it's like it was like a hot pot place right next to like a Korean barbecue place where you also kind of cook it yourself. And I don't think we even ate hot pot or even tried it for like a year after moving there, just because we were like McDonald's, yay. But like when we tried it, like I thought it tasted good, but it was like, yeah, you're eating your food, but you're also eating that guy's food, and you know, it just grossed me out. But like the food itself was good, and like I thought it tasted good.
Do they eat all in one pot or?
Yeah, so you had like a spicy, like chili broth on one side, and then like a more mild, like savory broth on the other, and then you just dump everything in like when you get there.
So it's pretty similar. It's just.
Yeah.
I hope it tastes better.
It definitely does so far. Like I'm very much more okay with this than in China. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are actually all really good at chopsticks, surprisingly. How rude of me, surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Like I'm so proud.
Have you tried taro before?
I've had the sweet version like on top of boba.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like pirates digging for treasure in this one.
You're like, you never know what you're gonna find. You're like,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
Can you help me with my shrimp, Barry?
Get you a man's who will peel your shrimp.
Oh, that's right. She said this since I was in Taiwan.
Yeah, and
Relationship
I've been
goals.
saying it, honestly.
What?
Did you? He's like, what? What do I need to do?
Get a man who can peel your shrimp.
Peel her shrimp? You know what's so funny is that in Taiwan, that's like literal, actual relationship goals. If someone will peel your shrimp for you.
Wow.
Yeah. What is one of the things that you've seen in there that's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that before?
I've only seen these in manga and anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they exist.
So when do you think you guys would eat this meal? Like if you guys were just hanging out, like what occasion would you eat this meal?
I would bring someone here on a date to like test them.
Ooh. Everyone in the comments asking ooh. Ooh.
My mom.
Wow. Let's go.
That's what you were waiting for, right?
Yeah. And I put this into here?
Yeah. You're gonna cook it inside your.
Ah, all right.
Thank you. Shuang.
Yeah. Muy shuang.
Wow, you are mixing 3 languages together today. I can't speak, I'm just so happy to be eating.
Aww. Are you tasting any new flavors you've never tasted before right now?
I just think it's really great how authentic they were able to get it, especially in the States. Like, it
Like
literally...
a lot of these flavors are not like available at the supermarket, right?
Baby will not stop moving, you guys.
Really? No way.
Yeah, like, I think he's just like loving this food right now.
He's going back to his roots because he's a true Taiwanese baby.
All right, Liz, I'm gonna try the meatballs now.
Okay.
So what is this, Liz?
Ooh, that's a beef tendon meatball.
Beef tendon meatball.
Yeah. It's
A ball of beef?
Yeah.
That is an interesting flavor. I have actually never tasted that.
Really?
Yeah. Legitimately, like, I've never tasted like that sort of consistency in meat. It's like very, like you said, tendony. It's like
chewy, yeah.
I will say it's a lot of food. That's like one thing that I've realized. Like
For a good price.
You know
Yeah.
what's so funny though? Is that like I feel like Americans serve way more food.
no.
But as a Taiwanese, like you look at all this and you think, oh, that's not too much. But like as an American, they're like too much food. But then when, like if we take a Taiwanese person to like Chili's or something, they'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so much food.
I think
Really?
it's just because
And
the
we'd
food
be
is
like-
so different.
I think the food is different. Like,
like this is a lot of food, but it's light.
yeah. I will say that I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of boiled meat.
Well, that's why the broth is flavored. You get that meat and then you get a new flavor to it.
The boiled meat has a certain like consistency to it. Like it's a very wet consistency. I like more solid.
And probably like that little bit like barbecued where it's like got that little char on it.
Yeah.
I thought I saw tofu on there.
That's fried
that's
tofu.
Yeah. Do you like tofu?
I've never had tofu. I've always been afraid to try it. Oh. It's not terrible, but it's a weird texture.
Does it make you want to try sticky tofu even more now?
Absolutely not.
We're gonna zoom that in, make it really big.
That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail right there. It's just Caleb choking.
Okay, so how was the broth? Like you guys are almost done. What are your final thoughts?
Honestly, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, like really good and so much better than in the mainland, as we know. The mainland sucks. Anyway.
Taiwan number 1.
But no, it is really good. And like even though like this one's spicy, like it's not like insanely spicy.
Right.
It's still really flavorful.
So then you guys both like the hot and spicy one better? Okay.
Because like the curry is really flavorful, but then the hot and spicy just adds like the little kick of like,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So what was this whole experience like for you as someone who's never had this, never even seen this before? Like, how do you feel?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
It was great. I loved it. I love cooking, so this is fun.
What would you rate this out of 10?
Like for a hot pot, like 10 out of 10.
I'd say as an American, 9.67.
9.67 out of 10?
Highly recommend the hot and spicy and the
Like I
the
feel
popcorn
like
chicken.
this is as close as you could get to like being in like Taiwan or like China.
What was this experience like for you guys?
It's very nice and relaxing.
I like burned my mouth a lot though because it was so hot.
Oh, definitely. I'm like
So
feeling
hot.
something right here
So hot.
on the roof of my mouth. I'm like, I definitely like the popcorn shrimp. The popcorn shrimp was really good.
So good.
I like the intestines more than I thought I would. I thought they were actually really good.
Really?
It has strong flavor, so I kind of wish it just bounced with something crispy, like if it was fried. I think I would like the flavor a little bit more.
Okay. So what would you rate this meal out of 10?
Like 8.5.
Half?
Yeah.
8.5.
Yeah,
It was really enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys take the 1.5 off for?
This makes me wish I was back at the street market because it's so good, but it's not as good as the night market.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, yeah.
So you take up points for having too much food?
there's too much like small things. Like if I like one thing, then I can't have a lot of it. It's like
because it's gone.
You only get like one tasting of the thing.
Oh, okay.
So if you like scallop, it's like it's one scallop where it's like.
Yeah. I would say this ribeye though, 10 out of 10.
So good.
It was so delicate. Like when I'm used to like thinking like American ribeye, it's that big old steak. That's like a lot. And then this one here, it's delicate, it's thin, it absorbs the flavors of the broth, and then when you dip it in the sauce, less.
And then, what did you guys think about like actually cooking your food?
I enjoyed it.
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. My biggest thing is it's a lot, like especially for lunch, it's not a quick meal. You're working. Like I feel like my wrists and my fingers got like the biggest workout, right? Because I'm over here, I'm dunking, drying, like eating, like it's like 15 steps just to get a single bite of food. So I'm so worried about like all the steps. And then one time I accidentally did the wrong order and I dipped my raw chicken in my sauce before I boiled it, and then I ruined my sauce, and then I had. For dinner, I think it'd be great. Like, especially if you're like hanging out with someone, you're sitting there, you're talking, you're vibing. Like, that's great.
Like if you were taking Emily on a date, you'd be like, this is the perfect date meal.
Yeah. But for lunch, right? Like you got 30 minutes, you got to get back to work. This ain't it. But it's good. The food is good.
What do you rate this meal? 1 to 10?
6.2 because there's a lot of effort involved. Here's the deal. If I'm going out for dinner, right? I expect the food to be prepared and brought to me. Like I'm not going out here, right? And then I have to cook my own dang meal. I can do that at home, right? Like I can boil some water and throw some chicken in there at home.
I mean, to each their own. I personally like it because I do feel like you get to see everything that's in your plate. You get to know like exactly what you're eating, and it's like cooking, but like everyone's doing the prep, which I hate. That's my thing. Is like when I'm cooking, I don't want to. It is all prep for you. Stuff. Like everything's ready, everything's here, and then I get to cook it to my liking.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out today.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.